I'm gonna show you 5 upgrades that you can make to your new or existing workbench to make it safer, more efficient, and an all-around more joy to use when you're in the shop. Let's go. The first upgrade I think you should make to your workbench that will make it so much safer and more convenient to use is some type of work holding. Now there's several options here that you can choose from. I went with the traditional T-track because it was easy to install in plywood, which is what my top is made out of. Just use a 3/4 inch bit and route a nice straight line, 3/8 inch deep, and then you set that T-track in there. Or there's a lot of different T-tracks out there to choose from. And I'll link in the description to some of the best for the price, in my opinion. Stuff's easy to install. Literally, you just lay it down and put screws in it. I did put a little CA glue in mine just to give it a little extra holding power, but overall I've been very pleased with the T-track in this top. Number one, because it's flat, it's beneath the surface or flush with the surface, so it doesn't bother anything if I'm actually working up here. It's not getting in the way. But when I need it, there's several options that I have available to me to clamp things down. Probably my most used clamp on the T-track is just standard T-track clamp. This is made by Rockler. It's a really good one. It just works. They work well. There's 2 different positions you can clamp in depending on the height and what you need. These I use all the time, and I recommend these if you go with T-track. You can also pick up some different style clamps. One's a push clamp, one's a toggle style clamp. Both of these are just kind of handy to have, but honestly, I use this more than anything. But the push clamps do come in handy if you're just wanting to clamp things down flat and not have anything obstructing. So if you're working on the top side or the face side of the board, these type clamps will get in the way, these standard T-track clamps. But you're going to need a couple of stops and the push clamp. These are very reasonably priced and you'll use them quite often. One thing when I built my workbench is I put multiple different sections of T-tracks so that I could clamp anywhere on top of this thing that I needed to. That way I'm not restricted to one corner or the other. If I should decide to have the project on one side and I need to work on the other, that gives me plenty of options here, and I like that method. It's worked out well for me. Some people I've seen only do one track on the end, one along the length. If that works for you, then go for it. Another very popular clamping option is called dog holes. You can do a lot with these things, and a lot of people prefer those to T-tracks. Literally, all you have to do is just drill some 3/4 inch holes or 20mm holes, depending on which dog hole accessories you're going to get. Most people go with 3/4, but if you get an MFT table or even some of the Bora style tops, they have 20mm holes. There is a 3/4 option. But there's a lot of options out there for accessories. For instance, this Tay Tools kit that works on the MFT table or the 20mm Bora top, these are fantastic value for what you're getting. You get 2 vertical clamps and 2 push style horizontal clamps with the dog stops on there. These are excellent, excellent little clamps. If you don't have any of these, I highly recommend you checking them out. You can get 2 different heights of clamps here depending on how much stock you're needing to clamp height-wise. I like the shorter versions myself. I don't see myself needing the 10-inch vertical clamps, but if you're using larger stock, you may need those. You can also, if you have a 3D printer, or you could probably buy these on Etsy too, 3D print your own stops, 90-degree corners, etc. for the MFT. I literally printed these in like an hour yesterday on my 3D printer back here. These are just super handy and they fit perfectly. So that's another option for you if you have an MFT style table or any of these dog hold style tables. There's a lot of accessories out there that you can print yourself. That will help you be more efficient on your worktop. Another very popular option, and you could also use this to build mini jigs, is dovetail grooves on the top side of your worktop. Now I like the micro jig dovetail system because you get those dovetail clamps. I've built jigs with them, from table saw sled to jointing jigs, and I even put some of these grooves in my old workbench over here. It's my CNC setting on. I use that right on that end just to keep things clamped down because I didn't have the money to invest in either dog hole accessories or into T-tracks at that point. But I did want a way to clamp things vertically and horizontally, so I just routed those grooves and I could use my existing micro jig clamps to serve that purpose. And this is just an add-on, as you see here, that you can make to the end of your workbench. It's very simple to do. The next thing I think you should consider upgrading on your workbench is storage and organization. This has helped me immensely be more efficient because I know where things are and they're easier to find right here where I'm working. First and foremost, drawer organizers will save your life. Otherwise, they're gonna look like this and it's gonna be a giant mess. But if you just pick up this pack, they're like 30 bucks for 32 of these different size trays and things. They hook together so you don't have to worry about them sliding around, etc. This will massively improve your organization in your workbench for small parts, pieces, tools, etc. This is a really good option if you have drawers in your workbench. The next thing I did to my workbench that really made a big difference was I added clamp storage on the end where there was just a blank space. There was nothing down there, so it wasn't being used. So I utilized this space to put the most used thing on the workbench, which was my clamps. These are small clamps. They're right here at an arm's reach, so I can grab those easily and they can be stored away. So I know exactly where they're at and not lose them. This is really easy to make. This is out of 3/4 inch plywood. I made it on the CNC, but you can certainly do this with a jigsaw just as easy. It's a very simple upgrade that a lot of people don't take advantage of. Another option for clamp storage on the end of a bench like this is similar to what I did on my rolling tool cart. For those clamps, they're parallel to the cart, so you can stack a few at a time, but I found that this method works better for the smaller clamps in my opinion. Another great upgrade you can make to your workbench is to add some type of small part storage on there. Now what I did was just make 3 pull-out trays here that I can just put those small part storage boxes inside. I can take those out if I need to, put them on top of the workbench, use the screws, bolts, nuts, anything like that, and then put them back. And they're right there, easy to access to. This has really helped keep everything organized as far as small parts go, especially on my most used fasteners. And even the Dowelmax doweling jig, you see I've got it all organized. I'll leave it right down here on the bottom. So if you have a tool or dowels or anything like that that you need to keep handy, dominoes, etc., this is a good option for you. Now, I'm just using these rigid boxes. I think they were like $20, $25 a piece, so they're not very expensive at all, and they hold a ton of small parts. A couple of things I did to my workbench that I absolutely love about this workbench design. Number one is I added a space for my dust extractor to go or shop vac. It won't be in my way. It's tucked under the workbench and it's never been in the way. I literally just grab the sander, sand, or grab the hose and vacuum it up, but it's always tucked under there, and I like that part of this workbench. Another thing that, as far as organization goes, I added on this one was 3-foot sections, 2 shelves that are 3 foot wide. What that allowed me to do was to store my table saw sled flat underneath the workbench, and it's never in the way. I don't have to hang it on the wall, which is a good option, but I don't have much wall space. So I wanted to be able to store that. Now, one thing about shelving is I'm not the most organized person, so a lot of times it kind of starts getting junked up. So I have to really watch myself, especially that bottom shelf. It's kind of been the catch-all. But I do like having those shelves there for that extra added storage. That's not also a drawer. It's just good to have options. So this workbench has almost all the storage that I would want, from drawers, small part storage, clamp storage, a place for the dust extractor, as well as a place for jigs, etc. on those shelves. Next upgrade I made that was awesome is I added a power strip to the workbench. Now this sounds simple, but before I was stringing cords and stuff like that, it was just, I was tripping over them. So all I did was went to Home Depot and found this rigid power strip. You can really find any one you want. Just make sure it's a really good one. This one has a circuit breaker built in, so if you overload it, it'll trip that instead of your breaker. I like this one a lot, and I've used it a ton right here under where I work the most on this side. If I'm sanding, I can plug my sander in there. If I want to bring over a router that needs power, I can plug it in there. Because I had to run a cord to the outlet over there, I just bought a strip of one of those cord covers that prevents me from tripping over it or getting tangled up in it, and this has worked extremely well. This has been one of my favorite upgrades to the bench, even though it only cost me just a few bucks. Here's some accessories that I've bought over the years that I've found that have been just absolutely invaluable on my workbench. I've talked about these many times before, but these are bench cookies. I love these things. I think they're one of the best workbench accessories that anybody can buy. You get them in a pack of 4. I recommend getting a couple of packs. I use these all the time, especially when I'm routing on something to get that board up off of the workbench so that I have plenty of room to route around things. I use them when I'm sanding because it keeps things from moving around. I think they're just awesome. They're just really great. And they do have some T-track risers that go with these, or you could buy extra with these. So if you have a T-track system and you want to move your workpiece up off of there, that works great with these Rockler bench cookies. Now, a lot of people told me the last time I mentioned these that you can buy hockey pucks to do a very similar thing. If you want to buy a pack of hockey pucks, I'll link the pack down in the description. You can get a pack of 12 for like 20 bucks. But I like these Rockler bench cookies. I use them all the time, and I also use them when I'm breaking down sheet goods with the track saw. This is where I really like these. I can raise them up off the workbench, make my cut, and not have to worry about cutting in the workbench. They're just absolutely useful. Next accessory I use quite often are paint cones. Now you can 3D print these if you have a 3D printer. I bought these before I got a 3D printer, and I've used them all the time. It just keeps everything up off the work surface and lets you paint, stain, etc. without having to get the brush on the workbench or anything like that. They're just very useful, and they're very inexpensive. If you don't have a pack of these, then they come in like a pack of 10 or 20. I don't even remember. There's a bunch in a pack. And one pack's about all you need. As I'm getting older, I need more light because I can't see good. So I think a good work light for the workbench is really nice. I have this rigid one that has the flexible head on it. I also have one that folds up, but I like the flexible head one because you can bend it into place. It's really nice to have in certain applications when you just need a little extra light. I recommend grabbing a work light, but you do you. Another great option is this Rockler project mat. You just, little small project mat if you want to do small glue ups and things. It keeps glue off of your workbench and it just peels right off when you're done. This is really handy to have. Got some grooves and stuff like that in it. You could also use this to sand on top of, put your project on there. It doesn't move around as much if it's on that project mat. It's a really good option. One of my most recent upgrades I made to my workbench is this. It's an 1/8 inch thick rubber mat. It's the full size, 4 foot by 8 foot. You can get them in different sizes. I bought this on Amazon. I like this mat for a few reasons. Number one, everything sticks to it, not in a bad way. When you set your project on there, it's not scooting around, moving around. When you set your tool down, you're not really damaging the workbench or anything like that. It's just a good option. Now, a lot of people will probably say, well, the dust is getting down in it. Well, it's not that porous, actually. I've vacuumed the top of this all the time, and it stays pretty clean. Like, there's little to no dust on top. I've built projects and everything else on top of it. It's anti-skid, so nothing's slipping and sliding around. So if you're building your project, it's perfectly flat, and you don't have to worry about it messing up your workbench. It's a good way to protect your workbench top from glue ups, etc. Speaking of workbench tops, here's a bonus tip for you as far as protecting your workbench from glue, etc. If you add some type of oil-based or wax-based finish on the top, it will help. It won't stop it, but it will help. Outlaw's board butter would work amazing on that. It's just a mineral oil and beeswax finish. It's all natural, so you don't have to worry about that. And it's got that wax on there that will prevent glue from sticking as much. Now, it will still stick because wood and glue just, they go together like peas and carrots.
Jenny and me was like peas and carrots.
For those that like peas and carrots. I use Odie's oil on mine as well. When I built this workbench a few years ago, this has worked well. I like Odie's oil. It smells good, works good. So adding some type of layer of protection on top of your workbench will help out a lot.
It's good.
Some people use brown paper, rolls of brown paper. I almost added that to this workbench, a brown paper roll I could roll out. That would be a good option. If you're interested in building this workbench, I have plans available and a build video to help guide you along the way. This has been one of the best additions I've ever made to my workshop. And if I had it to do over again, I would probably build it just like this. Why doesn't everyone make those 5 table saw upgrades? It'll literally change how you use your table saw forever. Click in that box, get you the big old virtual fist bump. Seriously, go check this out. There's a lot of good info there.